Hello everyone. In this video we will try to understand the basics of that how we can print the various patterns, okay, using the loops. And specifically I will make the program, or I will try to make you understand with the help of the for loop in our upcoming videos for all these patterns, okay, for printing or for drawing all these patterns on the computer screens. Okay, let's take the example of this pattern. Okay, so this you can call it as star pattern because these are like star and we are printing this pattern. Okay, and you can assume that on computer screen, okay, computer screen is like, let's say this is computer screen and you have to print this pattern. Okay, when you execute your C program you should get this as the output. Okay, that means 4 star in one row, then 4 star in another row, then 4 star in another row. Okay, that means there should be 3 rows. How many rows? 1, 2 and 3 rows. Okay, okay, and there can be many rows also and there can be many columns also. Here how many columns? 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 columns, right? Okay, so let's see how we can print these patterns. So what is the idea behind how we can print these patterns? So you should understand how our computer monitor screen looks like, or behind the scene how it works. So let's say this is your computer screen, okay, or you can say computer monitor, okay, and you can say this is your keyboard. So your computer screen is divided into cells, small cells. Okay, so here you can see this is one cell, this is another cell, okay, this is another cell. Okay, or you can say your computer screen is divided into rows and column. Okay, so here you can see this is one row, okay, this one row, okay, and this is another row, this is next row, this is next row, this is next row. Okay, you can say this is first row, second row, third row, fourth, fifth, sixth and seventh. Okay, and likewise it can be divided into as many as rows. Okay, and this will be called as columns. Okay, so from here to here, okay, this is like column number 1. Okay, so this is column 1, this is column number 2, column 3, column 4, column 5 and column 6. Okay, so this way your computer screen is divided and each of this small piece is called cell. Okay, now next thing is how something is printed on the computer. Okay, so basically I'm not going into the details of like how the hardware works. Basically how our program will be like printing something on the screen. Okay, so you know that there is a cursor blinking on this computer screen. Okay, and if let's say if we print some let's say here some character also, or let's say star also, star is also a character, star. After printing this star, your computer, your cursor will come here. Now again, if you print star, your cursor will come here. Again, if you print star, your cursor will come here. So wherever the cursor will be present, your next character, okay, or next output will be printed at that position only. So if your cursor is here and you are printing something, it will be printed at this position only, at this cursor position only. Okay, now after this thing, okay, after printing all these 4 stars, now your cursor will be here. But do you want your next star to be printed in this same row? No, you want your next star to be printed here, right? So what do you want? You want your cursor, this cursor should be placed here in this second row and first column, right? Second row and first column. This is the like second row and first column. Okay, so how you will do? So you have to print a new line. Okay, /n. You know, in C program we have a /n, right? So let's say pf mean printf, then you have to do printf /n. So what it will do? It will print a new line. And how new line is printed? Basically your cursor comes to the new line, cursor will come here, and after that you have to again print this star. Okay, printf star, okay, something star, okay, star, then cursor will automatically come here. Okay, after printing it will come here, then again you have to print, you have to repeat basically this line, same printf, okay, star, okay, then again you have to print in same line because you have to print 4. Okay, so again cursor will come here, again print, again cursor will come here, but now you do not have to print star in the same row. You have to change your row number. Okay, you have to place your cursor, this cursor, to this particular cell, third row and first column. So again after printing 4 times you have to again do printf /n, okay, so that your cursor moves here. And after this cursor moves here, again you have to do what? You have to do printing 4 times for this star, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, and your cursor will come here. After that, you do not want wherever your cursor is there, you do not want this cursor to be placed here, okay, or if it is here, then your output will be wrong. No, at last your this output is printed 3 rows, each row containing 4 star, it is printed, so that is okay. Okay, so after this you do not have to do anything, right? So this is the basics of the basic idea behind printing the stars. Wherever the cursor will be, the things will be, or the characters will be printed there. If you want your output to be in the next row, okay, then you have to change the position of the cursor. That you can do using the /n. So you have to take care of the rows and columns, okay, how many rows and how many columns are there in the particular pattern that you are going to draw, okay. And next thing is, wherever the cursor will be, your next printing will happen at that position only. If you want your printing at the current position of the cursor, then that is okay, you do not have to do any /n, okay. But you have to do /n whenever you want that your next output should come into a new line, then you have to move your cursor, right? Okay, with the help of the new line, by printing this thing, because new line is also character, so you have to use this printf /n. Okay, now suppose you have to print this star pattern, okay. So like it has how many rows? 3 rows. And how many columns? So if you see, this is your computer screen, okay. So this is how many rows? 1 row, 2 row and 3 row. And how many columns? So if you divide this like this, so it has column 1, column 2, and this is column number 3, okay. In column number 4, okay, nothing is there, right? There is nothing, okay. You do not have to take care of this. So you are interested in this, okay. Now it does not mean that you have to every time print 3 rows and 3 columns. It can be like this, okay. So there is like how many rows? 4 rows. And how many columns? 1, 2, then this is 3rd column, and this is like 4th column. So 4 rows and 4 columns. So in this type of patterns program, you will enter how many rows and how many columns you want to print. Let's say for this pattern, for this star pattern, and you know what you have to print? You have to print star only. So you do not have to ask the user what I have to print, okay. ABCD you do not have to print, you have to print only star. So rows and column you have to ask from the user, and then your program should just print this pattern, okay. If rows are 3 and column are also 3, this thing be printed, and if rows are 4 and column are 4, then this output should be coming, okay. So here you have to just take care that after printing like 1 star at this position, what is this position? You can say this is like column like row number 1, column number 1, okay. Or you can say this is row number 0, column number 0. That is your up to you, okay. Now after printing 1 star, you do not have to print anything in this same row, right? So after first row only, you have to just do the /n, so that the cursor that was placed here, it should automatically come here with the help of /n. So you have to take care, after printing 1 star in the first row, you have to change the position of the cursor with the help of new line. Then you will come here. Now here, you do not have to change the position of the cursor until you print 2 star. So you can keep on printing 2 star, 1 star, cursor will come here. 2nd star, cursor will come here. Now you do not have to print the 3rd star here. You have to print next star in the next row. So after printing 2 star, you have to change your line. Then same way you will print 3 star, and then your cursor will come here. Now if you have given row 3 and column 3, then your task is completed. This everything is printed. Then you do not have to take care of this cursor wherever it is, okay. And then your output will be coming like this, okay. So in this way you have to print anything, okay, any star pattern or any pattern, okay, you have to print. Basically you will go row wise, okay, like you will go row wise you will go, whatever things you have to print in 1 row, just print, and then change your cursor, then come in next row, then again printing will happen row wise, okay. Then after you have printed everything in the next row, you change your cursor, then again go row wise, okay. So this way your all the rows and all the columns will be executed, and your pattern will be printed, okay. So I hope you have got the idea that what will be the input in the cases of the star patterns, okay. And we will see what can be the input in the another type of patterns if we want to print. Okay, but this is the basic idea to start with. Okay, just enter rows and columns, ask from the user, and apply your logic to print this star, and then you are good to go. Okay, now you'll ask me that I have not told you that what is the concept of this space. Okay, that I was just talking about. Basically, let's say you have to print this pattern. Okay, this star pattern. Okay, or this star pattern. So here rows are 3 and column are 3. Okay, so you can say this is this. Okay, so this is row number 1, row number 2, row number 3, column 1, column 2, column 3. Okay, so if you enter row 3, column 3, now your teacher asks you to print this type of pattern. Okay, so first spaces should be there, 2 spaces and then 1 star, 1 space and then 2 star. In the next row, all the 3 stars should be there. If row 4 and column 4 are given to you by the user, then in the first row you can see how many spaces are there. 1, 2, 3, then star, then 2 spaces, then only printing should be happen for 2 star, then 1 space, then 3 star, then 4 star in the next row. So in each row you have to print spaces first, and then you have to print the star, and the printing or the counting of the star is also like changing. In the second row 2 star, 2 spaces, in the third row 3 star but 1 space. Okay, so as you know that your print cursor will be here, and okay, and printing will start from here. So you do not have to print star here only. If you print star here only, your program will print star here only, but first you have to print what? You have to print space. So you have to like printf, you have to do space. Okay, space is like just you press the space bar, we will see in the video, and then printf empty space. Okay, it will print here. Then you have to print space here also, then cursor will be here. Now here you have to print star, right? So here you have to apply some logic to print spaces also. You do not have to directly apply the logic to print star. Okay, so print space. Okay, print space. Then second thing, you have to print star. Okay, all the coding of the printing star. Okay, and then third thing, you have to print. After printing the star, you have to just change the line. Printf, you can say /n. So these 3 things you have to do for each line, each row. Okay, first you have to print the spaces, then star, then /n. How many star and how many spaces, that will depend on each row. That will change each row wise. Okay, so this like how many times you have to print this, we will see like how we can manage this, but the concept will remain same. First print space, then star, and then /n. Okay, spaces, now here only 1 space but 2 times star, then in this no spaces but all stars, right? So we'll see like sometimes we have to print space also. Space is also a character. Okay, so I hope you have got the idea that how we can start with the printing of these patterns or the star pattern. So in the next video, we will understand with the help of the one by one star patterns and see how we can print them. Okay. So if you have any question, please write down into the comment box, and see you in the next video. Till then, goodbye.